Om Namah Shivaya. Welcome to the last session of this first level of Vigyan Bhairav Tantra. I'm sure you enjoyed and practiced a lot. And it will be the concluding session where we will be going again, summarizing and practicing what all has been taught and prepare you for the second level. So within a month, we will announce the second level of this course, which will be much more deeper. This first one was the foundational course to build a foundation and practices that will help you go more deep into the more deeper practices of Vigyan Bhairav Tantra. So let's again do few practices because practice is what matters. We can talk as much we wish, but that is the food for mind. And the practices helps us experiencing the witness state, which is the key to any spiritual journey. So I will start with the Shanmukhi Mudra, where we will close the 6 gates. You already have practiced it. And you simply have to close your ears with the thumb, index finger gently, just press the eyelids, don't do it strongly. The middle finger below the nostril and the next finger above the lip and the last finger below the lip. And press the fingers in the ear so that you hear the inner sound, so that your mind get dissolved. And we will hold this practice for a minute. When you are ready, gently come out of the practice. Put your palms on your knees. In general, the practice should be done minimum 3 to 5 minutes as a beginner version. And it's a preparatory exercises to help the lower mind. Because with the help of this practice, lower mind turns inward, antardrishti, and it starts gently disconnecting from the outside. The second, another powerful practice to help the lower mind to create a peaceful and tranquil state of the mind is B sound, Brahmari Pranayama. So, before doing any serious meditation practices, these are the preparatory practices to help the lower mind. So in the Brahmari Pranayama, again, we close the ears with the thumb, put the index finger above the eyebrow and 3 fingers closing the eyes. And after that, we inhale and put little pressure on the throat, and the B sound will travel upward into the gray matter, rearranging the energy patterns, making you more intuitive, creative, and also improving the memory. So let's do the 5 rounds of B sound. Inhale. Again, gently put your palms on your knees. Experience the peaceful and tranquil and equanimous state of the mind. It's a very powerful practice to help the lower mind to transform to the higher mind, the intuitive mind. Not very difficult practice, but magical practice. And now we are ready to go more deeper and experience the witness state. Bring your hands to the Lotus Mudra. You already know the Lotus Mudra, where the little finger, the water element, and the thumb, the fire element are combined, and rest of the 3 fingers are kept as petals of the lotus. So it's a very powerful mudra, which creates a state of unconditional love, connects you to your inner child. So keeping this lotus mudra, keep the spine straight and gently bring your attention to the third eye. Inhale 3 times with smile. Helping to relax the lower mind more. so that the mind will stop unnecessary thoughts. A smile is very important practice. It helps the lower mind to connect with your inner child and helps the lower mind to relax. While keeping your attention at the third eye, become aware of the thoughts going on in your mind. Don't worry about the thoughts. It is a job which your mind is supposed to do all the time. Problem is that most of the time these thoughts are not wanted thoughts, they are distractions. You keep moving your attention to past or future, and you can't experience the witness state. So you remember the most powerful technique to become thoughtless? While keeping the attention at the third eye, gently ask your mind to give you a thought and wait. Till you are waiting, thought will not appear. A magic will happen. Within a second, you will experience the thoughtless state, and you will experience the witness state. The barrier of the mind is gone. Experience this witness state little bit more. Keep breathing and smiling and enjoying the witness state. Feel the deeper connection with your inner child in the form of unconditional love. Go further deeper into this witness state. Bring your palms together, rub your palms. Put your palms on your eyes. Open the eyes in the dark. And pay attention that your eyeballs are still moving, which can again bring the thoughts. So pull your eyeballs upward and watch forward in the dark space. This way you will stop the eyeball movement, resulting in complete stillness. Your mind will become completely still. Enjoy the stillness of the mind. Enjoy this witness state. 3 to 5 minutes. Now we will do only 1 minute, but whenever you do the practice, should do at least 3 to 5 minutes. Experience this vast, dark cosmic space, the cosmic dimension, which is still, silent, infinite time and space. Experience this original state you were always in before starting the journey. Your cosmic consciousness, and try to remember your first desire, which helped you in manifesting the purpose for what you manifest. Experience the divine column of light at the third eye. This was the first experience in the manifested state. You connected to the divine column of the light. In the third eye, the sixth center. And when you are ready to manifest, bring your hands to the face, deep breath. Bring your hands to the lotus mudra. And experience the new you. You are not the same. In a short period, you have become witness. And now you are ready for any deeper spiritual practice. And the most important practice was Dhyan Mudra, the meditation mudra, which was the favorite practice of Buddha, combined with the Khechari Mudra, the tongue lock. So bring your hands in the Dhyan Mudra, left hand down, right hand up, and combine both the thumbs. You already know what is Dhyan Mudra. Bring your hands below the navel point, 2 fingers. Spine straight. Hold this position initially for some time. Don't do immediately the Khechari Mudra. First, hold this position 3 to 5 minutes minimum. Initiating the flow in the Sushumna, the divine path. Let the solar and the lunar energies merge, creating a new energy of Jupiter, Guruvar, making the flow of prana in the spine, Sushumna, the central channel, the divine path. Experience that now prana is not flowing in the Pingala Orida, in the right or left nostril. With the help of Dhyan Mudra, without effort, the prana starts flowing in the Sushumna. Creating oneness inside you, combining the right and the left energies, the masculine and feminine energies, bringing a complete merger, complete oneness. And in order to stop the chatting and snacking of the lower mind, we use a very simple but very effective and a very advanced practice, Khechuri Mudra. This should be learned properly for advanced practices. For a short period, up to 5 minutes, it's okay, but longer practices requires deeper guidance, should be done with the help of the guidance of the teacher. Now, find the point in the hard palate in the center of the mouth cavity and move the tongue upward in the soft palate. This was the secret practice for immortality, making the dormant energy channels active and generating prana from inside. You can remain in this state of stillness and silence as long as you wish. And when you are ready to come out of the practice, bring your attention to your sacred space below the nostril and start observing the inhale and exhale. Bring your hands in front of the heart center in the Anjali Mudra, Namaskar Mudra. Rub your palms. Put your hands on the face, deep breath. Hands to the heart center. Om Namah Shivaya. So these are some of the very simple but very powerful, very effective practices which can help you in experiencing witness state and connecting you to that oneness, stillness, silence, as long as you want to be. So, although we have discussed many, many more techniques, which I'm sure you are practicing and you are enjoying, like slowing down of the breath is very powerful practice, where you can drop down your breath from 15 breaths to 1, and you can experience the back journey. Like you can dissolve all the 16 gross forms back into the prana energy, the shadow of the soul, and have the deeper experience, remembering how the journey started. Then you also practiced flame meditation, candle meditation, tantric version, which was connected with the lunar days, full moon and new moon, also with the specific esoteric tantric practices of clairvoyance, telepathy, distance healing. So I'm sure we will cover some of these topics in much more detail in the second level of Vigyan Bhairav Tantra practices. We also practiced Om Chakra meditation, very powerful practice to experience the blissful state.
We have practiced Om Chakra meditation.
We have practiced. No?
No, I don't think so. It's okay. I don't think so. But
Then we will cover it in the next level. It's a very, very deep practice, part of the 5 kosha journey, where you will learn in a very systematic way how to go deeper from the physical layer to the prana layer, to the mental layer, to the wisdom layer, and the bliss layer. This is the practical part of the classical Tantra, Sanjeevani Kriya, which was the core practice for body rejuvenation, allowing you to prolong your experience as long as you desire. So you can overcome the limitation put by the Mother Nature, the 120 years of biological lifespan. You can overcome by practicing this Sanjeevani Kriya, which you will be learning in the second level in much, much more detail. Let us come back to the first chapter, first session. We started with the Osho. So actually, it is very interesting that Osho was a genius, a very good philosopher, and he really was experimenting at a very specific period of history. So not many people know that Osho was a trained philosopher. He was the professor of philosophy, but his interest in spirituality was so deep, although he was lacking the proper classical education of classical Hatha yoga and Tantric yoga. He never had that training, but his deep interest in philosophy and especially the Shiva knowledge, the Vigyan Bhairav Tantra commentary, which resulted from his discourse. As a philosopher, he did a fantastic job. It was the original work where he worked on several missing threads, that what happened to Shiva knowledge afterwards. Because many people really were not aware, like in the classical Hindu mythology, Shiva is understood in a very limited way. Out of the 3, the Brahma, Vishnu, Mahesh, the creator, sustainer, and destroyer, is a very limited understanding. So Osho did a very good job showing in historical context that Shiva knowledge did not get lost. The first person who really was very well studied in Shiva knowledge, Shiva was Adi Yogi, Tantric, first yogi and Tantric, tribal head, very charismatic scientist, spiritual scientist. And Buddha was the first master which got attention to the Shiva work. And he also made the Shiva work very popular in his own way. Like by Osho has explained it beautifully in the Book of Secrets that there was very like he chose a difficult path because the key struggle in Tantra journey was how to transcend from love consciousness to the divine consciousness, that non-polar state. How you can do that? And he chose the more difficult path. He chose the negative polarity. So Buddha was not interested in positive polarity, which was quite opposite when we will discuss about Jesus, the second well-known, renowned master who was more strongly influenced by the Shiva teaching, because not only Jesus traveled to India for 13 years of his prime age, 13 to 29, and afterwards also he lived till the end of his life in Kashmir. We'll discuss it a little bit later. But it's very interesting that beautifully explained by Osho that why Buddha chose that path. You all are aware of a famous story about Buddha life. When he was born, astrologers told his father, who was king, that don't allow this boy to see anything negative. Because if he will see anything negative, he will leave the kingdom and he will become a ascetic and he will be like doing the spiritual world. He will not be involved in the worldly things. He will leave your kingdom and he will be a very renowned uh, spiritual master. So his father was very afraid that, oh my God, I have the only one son, and if he leaves me, then that is the end of his empire and the kingdom. So he made it sure that no way anything negative will be seen by Buddha. But you know, you can't control everything. During one of his journeys, which was done in the closed wagon, where you cannot watch outside, and one of the helper was missing, and out of curiosity, Buddha opened the window and saw a very, very old man who was very sick, unable to walk. He was almost falling. And Buddha was shocked. He never saw, he thought he saw only good things. He was enjoying life. He was only exposed to the beautiful things. And then when he came back from the journey, he started contemplating that what is this? What is going to happen to me when I am old? For sure, he will be also old. What will happen when I will die? So, this led to a famous historical work which Buddha did to the Shiva knowledge, that there is a famous understanding we say Buddha state of the mind. We have talked about mind so much, 5 type of mind energies: unaware, aware, positive or tantric, laser, super conscious. But we have not talked much about the Buddha state of the mind. So it's a very interesting thing that whenever anybody was going for learning from Buddha, so Buddha was giving only one practice in the beginning. The practice was amazing. Go and see that nothing makes you sad. You're thinking, what is this like? Okay, I will not be sad. Nothing great. I will be always happy. And what happened during this simple, funny practice, that when people stopped not getting sad, they started experiencing the opposite polarity, which is happiness. Because if Buddha state of the mind was, I'm not going to be experiencing sadness. And if sadness is not there, what is left? The opposite polarity, happiness. So see how clever Buddha was. He did not ask people to be totally happy, which Jesus preferred. Jesus preferred the opposite route, the opposite path, to become non-polar. So see the beauty of Buddha work, that once you master the negative polarity, you don't have sadness, you don't have anger, you don't have jealousy, you don't have hatred, you don't have greediness. Nothing negative is left with you. Doesn't matter. Opposite polarity will automatically come. But if suppose you try to be totally happy, you can be for some time. But after a while, like it or not, the opposite polarity will appear, making you again unhappy and sad. So see the deep work, because Buddha experienced everything positive in his life. He was a prince. He was given all type of comforts. All renowned scholars were helping him in learning. That is how he was very, very, very well learned. He was totally aware of the complete work of the Shiva. And that's why he brought Shiva knowledge. Later on, of course, he understood that Shiva knowledge is too deep and serious. Not everybody can follow. It requires a lot of hard work. So he really modified and made it more easy version, like Patanjali did with his Ashtanga Yoga. He also rectified the Shiva Tantric Hatha Yoga, made it for common man. So Buddha was also interested in helping the common people. So he made lighter versions of Shiva practices. And it also helped because Buddha was growing up in a period which was full of turmoil and wars and violence and whatnot. And Buddha helped lot of kingdoms to accept non-violence. So it really worked historically also in that period. Osho has explained it beautifully in the Book of Secrets. So the second master who was deeply associated, we have already discussed about it, I think, in one of the sessions, was Jesus, another miracle man. Otherwise, how he will come to a decision at the age of 13 to travel all the way, take this risk, and end up in Kashmir and studying Shiva knowledge. So he was not a simple person. He had a gift, he had a mission. So, after learning for 16 years, all those miraculous things, miracle part of the Tantra, making blood into wine, wine into blood, and whatnot, walking on the waters. So he perfected that part because he wanted to influence the common people. So don't worry, he offered the kingdom of heaven on earth for everyone. It's another matter. He was not aware that a positive polarity always leads to the negative polarity. So his work is historical, but still not complete, full of ifs and buts. But see the historical work of Buddha. Buddha became immortal because he taught people how to deal with the negative polarities. Because positive polarity in the ends will bring you back to the negative. But yes, if you compare the Jesus life with Buddha, it was just opposite. He was from a poor family, he was not very rich. He had seen so much miseries and things, that injustice happening around, people suffering, people hoping someone will come and, like a Masiha, who will do a savior work and change their life. And in 4 years, Jesus created a miracle. He created completely new religion, a mission impossible. It's another story that, it's a tragedy of all religions, that they start misusing and they start creating stories, which happened with Jesus also. So a lot of things were written and rewritten, and a lot of historical facts were not allowed to be discussed. Like, he was not crucified, he never died, he went back to India. Now there is so many books, literature, there's no secret about it anymore. So why I'm telling in so much detail this part in the last session, that there are always options. There are easy options, there are difficult options. Choice is yours. With easy options, you can experience faster, but it will not be permanent. Sooner or later, it will disappear. But with difficult options, they're permanent. You master those things which are fundamental, which are essential for any serious transformation. So, the Osho really did this work fantastically. He really, as a philosopher, did the best commentary on Vigyan Bhairav Tantra. But my only issue with Osho was that I saw that he has no proper practical training of classical Hatha Yoga, classical Tantra Yoga of Shiva. And he was also dealing in a very historical period of 60s. You remember the 60s where people were coming on the street as a rebel. They were working openly against the establishment. People felt that they are being manipulated. Society is controlling them, religion is controlling them, there's no freedom. And they went to the extreme end, free for all. I will do whatever I want, doesn't matter it is good or bad. So that sort of free culture, the hippie culture, was initially a rebel culture, but later on it got distracted and was also misused by the societal controllers of that time, that they started crushing these revolutionaries or these rebels who really wanted genuinely to transform the society, to bring a new order, a new transformation. And Osho saw that, yes, these people need help, these people need guidance. And he, as a philosopher, did a fantastic job for them. Instead of getting into the wild life, uncontrolled life, he introduced the Shiva knowledge. He taught them how to be witness, how to experience the consciousness. And it worked. In a way, despite lack of classical Hatha Yoga and classical Tantra, all the techniques which Osho shared, we put them in the category of Neo Tantra. They were mainly designed for people of that time who were really struggling and experimenting with very, very difficult things of alcohol, drugs, free sex, all the wild things, uncontrolled things. And his one very popular and famous practice till date, the dynamic meditation, is great. He did not ask them to do the practices what Buddha was teaching, that stillness and silence. He made them jump, dance, cry, laugh, get tired, and then achieve that stillness or silence. And most important thing is that a concept of a new man, a transformed person, a conscious person, helped millions of people at that time to get back to the life. Otherwise, there was so much chaos, so much turmoil. People were facing a lot of difficulties at that time. And Osho really helped a lot. So he will be remembered forever for that historical work. Whether people are aware of not, it is their problem. But he did really fantastic job. And although he was also put into trouble, I will not go into details of that, because of not having the classical knowledge, he could not make a strong team of people who can take this knowledge system further. So that was a little bit issue, and which resulted in his untimely death. And in the end, instead of spiritual scientist, he ended up as a spiritual terrorist. So that was the tragedy, actually, that he got so much into against religion, which he was right. He was not faking. He was bold. He was honest. But he went to the extreme, and then he was poisoned in the US, and he was deported, and then he died under not clear situations. That end was very sad. But whatever work he did, whatever writings he did, they are immortal. He's still one of the most genuine masters, genuine spiritual scientist in the world history. After Buddha and Jesus, in the modern times, it was Osho who brought this knowledge in a very, very interesting way, very simple way, helping millions of people around him. And still, he's not there, but his work is there. His words are there. They are inspiring still millions of people, and it will keep on inspiring ever, forever. So that is the beauty that Osho could follow in the terms of historical contributions on Shiva knowledge. He turned into a very, very important source and contributed a lot. But in the next level of Vigyan Bhairav Tantra, I will also advise you to go more deeper into other translations also, because this is more from a philosophy point of view, what Osho has shared. But there are some more deeper practitioners of classical Tantra in modern time who also have done a very good work. Although the practices are missing, but you already have been shared with lot of practices, and lot more practices will be given to you, because this course will run in 4 parts. So first part was preparatory, making you clear about the element science, the prana science, the deeper aspects of helping the lower mind, making it your best friend. So I think that we will continue this journey. It's an endless journey. And it was my passion that as a child, at the age of 5, I got inspired into yoga, and then my self-inquiry brought me to Shiva, and Shiva blessings, which are guiding me and helping me. For me, Shiva is cosmic, Shiva Tattva, cosmic consciousness. For me, Shiva is not person. If he was a person, he would not have deciphered so much. He was special. So we will continue this fascinating journey of Vigyan Bhairav Tantra, keeping it more practical. Because theoretically it's good to know a lot, it's interesting. You can read the Book of Secrets. Osho has explained so many things beautifully. So not everything is needed. So focus still in future, in the next 3 levels, will be more practical. And I am sure that we have already shared so much, and it is just tip of the iceberg. So much to know and practice. It is endless knowledge. But important is witness state. If you have learned how to keep the witness state, job is done. Rest everything is secondary. It can be managed. So I am very happy that all of you finished this first level successfully. We'll continue. We will not close the WhatsApp group. I will advise you to continue learning further. And we will be, if there will be new people joining, they will be given the recording of these 8 sessions so that they can go through it and connect with us, and will be ready for the second level also. And all the discussions, sharing will continue on the WhatsApp group, all the information. And if you are deeply interested in more individual serious practices, I am there to help you, guide you. You can connect me personally on the WhatsApp. If you are struggling with any practice or anything is not clear, I'm always there. You just ask a time and we can always meet online in a Zoom session. So look forward to meeting all of you again for the next level. I think that would start somewhere in May, end of May maybe. We will see. And we will share all the details. And it was a pleasure meeting all of you. And I'm so happy that you all were very active, practicing a lot, asking so many questions in the WhatsApp group. So continue that, because that is the basis of this knowledge, discourse. You have a question, answer will take you more deeper. So never stop asking questions. All right. If there is any question, I am happy to answer. And if otherwise, we will close the session. Let me know if you have any question.
No question, Andy? Because you are muted.
Yeah, I just wanted to thank you for the last eight sessions. They've been, for me, absolutely transformative. Yes, I've thoroughly enjoyed it. And yes, every time you ask a question and you get an answer, it just opens up another line of inquiry, which I've never written so much in my life, I don't think. So, not since I was at school. So yeah, no, thank you very much. There's so much I don't understand, but there's so much I want to find out and learn more. And for me, I need to do that through study. But so, yeah, thank you very much. Thoroughly enjoyed it. And I will hopefully see you in the next sessions.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you, Anand.
Yeah, bring your hands to the heart center. We'll end the session with the mantra Om Namah Shivaya, merging ourselves into the Shiva Tattva, becoming cosmic consciousness,